Hi there. Welcome to the channel where everything is fun, where you can have a cool, chill time and relax. So pull up a chair, get cozy, and get ready to have fun and enjoy yourself. My name is Ice Bro. Welcome to my channel where I play the games that I like to play and have a fun time. So today we're going to be doing some more baby mode Easter eggs on BO6. This is the final one that I can do right now, at least until Shattered Veil releases its directed version. For now, we only have up to the tomb on directed mode. Once the Shattered Veil directed version comes out, then I will put it together and I will figure out the best way that I can do the baby mode version of that Easter egg. We're going to have to change some things before we actually get into the game, so I'm going to be doing that in this video so you can actually see my setup and what you should run if you're going to play this map. But remember, if you're new, subscribe, hit that like button, all that stuff. I'm still running with no AC because the AC just shuts my power off every time I use it, so I'm just playing in the heat right now. And I'm sorry about the fuzz. My camera only does this at night. I don't know why it does this. It's just because it doesn't like this lighting system. But whatever it is, it just doesn't like it. Anyways, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's have some fun. Let's get into baby mode. Baby mode is not for seasoned veterans. It is actually for people who are new to zombies. If you want to do this Easter egg for the first time and you don't know how to do an Easter egg and you've never done an Easter egg and you're just such a noob that you just don't know how zombies works. Like, this is your first experience with zombies, okay? This is the video for you. This is the type of video that you should watch if you want to learn how to do an Easter egg. If you want Tomb to be your first Easter egg, this will be the video for you. But without further ado, let's get into the gameplay and let me turn on the sound. All right, so now we should be able to play the game. We are going to be running with this character right here, Leonardo. Originally, I was doing this as the turtles, and I was going to give reasons for each of the turtles having their appearance in the map. Unfortunately, I decided to use two random characters for the last two maps. So we're getting back to the actual reason of what I was going to do with these. It was going to be my Ninja Turtle zombies experience. So let's get into the directed mode. Let's go to solo. Let's go to the tomb. So this is not what I usually use. Easy thing to go with. Okay, so I've got shock charges and Molotovs, which is basically what you're going to run. You're also going to run Energy Mine on, but you want to make sure before you run Energy Mine, you have these augments on your Energy Mine. You want Turret, and then you want extra charge. So once you've got those two on, you're ready to go. Whoops. And you also want to run the best shotgun in the world with the underbarrel and all that stuff. And this should be the last one that I can possibly do right now. Like I said, until the Shattered Veil directed mode comes out. So until that time, I'm not going to be attempting the Shattered Veil one in baby mode. And when I say baby mode, basically I'm in third person and I'm in directed mode, so there's no way that you can fail. Really. It's just not possible. If you fail in this mode, you're just bad.
We are so close to recovering the Sentinel.
Okay, so there is a reason why I have the why I have the dialogue on. I'm gonna cut the dialogue off the moment I get done with a specific step. Just because I don't really care for the dialogue.
That's right, lads. Put your backs into it. Our quarry lies beyond these so-called doors of nowhere.
Alright, so right now we're just gonna keep killing zombies. And we're gonna get to round 3, and then we're just gonna get enough to get to get set up.
I believe the amulet somehow channeled an echo from the past.
So in this map, there the perk that you want to grab is going to be different from the other maps. In the other maps, you want to use Brain Rot, but in this map, you want to use Cryo. And the reason you want to use Cryo Freeze is because the zombies in this map, as well as the Mimic that only appears in this map, by the way, it is specific only to this map, is very weak to ice. It's just so much more useful to use ice on your gun. Oh, and since you're in directed mode, you can't get the free Pack-a-Punch in here, so you want to save up enough to get the free Pack-a-Punch as well. So you want to have upwards to about 14k points. Probably about 16k. I'm going to go for the 20k just because. But once I get to that point, I will let you guys know, and we will move on. But until then, we are literally just going to be here grinding for points. So there's no reason for me to leave that in. So I'm going to cut to where I'm fully maxed out, and I've got my gun leveled up to blue rarity, and I have 20k points. So without further ado, see you there. Okay, so once you've got up to enough to get yourself the blue rarity shotgun, and you've got about 20k points, you're going to open up this first door. You're then going to go back, and you're going to open up this door over this way. But you're not going to do anything just yet. You are going to want to grab a shovel, so you're going to come in here, and there should be a shovel in here. You're going to grab that because it's going to be very useful for, you know, gaining salvage. And then you're going to duck here at this perk for extra points. Then you're going to run over and you're going to continue to go this way. You don't want to open up the door on that other side because there's a strat for not opening that door up that we're going to be using a bit later. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to dig this up for extra salvage. Remember, none of the side Easter eggs work, so don't try to use any of the side Easter eggs. And then I'm going to open up this door over here. Alright, so now I should be able to come in here and the Pack-a-Punch should be open. After opening Pack-a-Punch, I'm going to immediately pack, and then I'm going to grab Jug. Then I'm going to walk over here, and he should do some sort of talking thing. So now once you have your gun packed once, and it's blue rarity, and you've got Jug, you should be all set to start doing the next part of the Easter egg, which is gonna making it to round 8. Now, round 8 is easy to get to, so it's not gonna be very hard for you to just fly through rounds here, get all your points up, possibly just chill out in Pack-a-Punch area, which is more than likely what I would do if I was trying to come up with a strat, and that's actually going to be what I want to do. But I also want to do another thing. I want to get the crystals to line up perfectly so that the stars are showing. So while the rounds are progressing and I'm just doing the normal round stuff, I'm going to be, looking at different places where the crystals can spawn and trying to move them. Up, 1 second. My controller's being stupid. So The first thing you want to do is you want to shoot down the crystal right there so that it will rotate and move to another spot. You actually want that crystal to be there because it's very useful if it's close. You don't want the final crystal to be further away, so you really would like to probably move this one. You also want to be getting salvage and stuff, so you just want to dig wherever you can. And you want to keep shooting these crystals until they're exactly where you want. Okay, so hopefully the one that appears over here moves to a good spot. While it's moving and I'm just dealing with this, I'm going to go move the other crystal again. And then I'm going to move on to the crystal after that. So there's crystals in each area. You want to get one of the crystals to go in here. In this room. And that would be this crystal right here, the one that's on this side. I'm gonna shoot that. I want to shoot these things as much as possible because they can give you salvage. Fortunately, I got no salvage there. Okay, I'm gonna shoot that. So now this one should be moving to a new location. Oh my gosh. What happened? Okay, hold up. What happened? Hold up. Something's wrong with my game. Alright, hold up. There's something wrong with my game. Hold up. Okay, so for some reason, my screen decided to glitch out. If this happens to you, get the F out of there. What the heck was that? Alright, we're not going to talk about that. Because that was not fair. So now, we're going to get back in third person mode. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, I went down for no reason at all. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to move all of the different crystals to the different spots. So we've got this one in here. Now I'm going to need even more salvage because I'm going to need to self-revive for the boss fight. That was strange. That was strange, guys. Get to see some weird glitches in this game sometimes. Alright. And so now that was so weird. My camera got stuck behind something. Alright, so you want that crystal to be over there. Where's the final zombie? Alright, so you want to get to round 8. Once you get both of those lined up, and you have these 3 crystals that are on this side close to each other. The reason you want them close to each other is you're going to be shooting them all within 10 seconds. And in order for you to maximize how much time you have, you want them to be right next to each other. So this one is right next to this one. It's just easier that way.
Power of teamwork.
This next part is going to require you to be very prepared. So I would say you should get a self-revive before going into this next part. But if you can't and you're unable to get it and you did what I did and you got glitched out, then you're just going to go in without it and you're going to hope for the best. Can't believe the game glitched me out that hard. So weird. It's just best if you get as much salvage as possible. After this round, you'll definitely get the part that you need, because every time on round 8, the mimic is gonna spawn without fail.
We have to work together. We must stomp the foot.
Alright, so now that the mimics spawn in, you're just gonna kill them immediately. You're gonna pick this piece up. Before you do anything else, I would recommend going into the back room, going and getting yourself Vulture Aid, because throughout the rest of this Easter egg, you're gonna need salvage, you're gonna need everything, so it's just better to get Vulture Aid and get yourself set up early on.
We can do this.
And also, make sure you have Jug. Make sure you have Jug, because this next part without Jug is just very difficult. And also, you kind of want to get to the end of the round, but not really. It's like, I don't know. It's finicky, so I would say get to the end of the round. Because now that you picked up that monocle, you can see something that you couldn't before. And what you're seeing is you're seeing a star pattern on the wall. You want to shoot it in Roman numeral order. And this is why you get to the end of the round, by the way, because this will be plaguing you. These zombies will literally not leave you alone at all during the star bit. You only want one zombie on you. If you can have it that way. You want to make sure that you keep applying armor, because a zombie behind you is not nice and he will take all your health. Alright, and once you hit all of those, you should now go into a lockdown. Yeah, once you hit the final one, it should send you into a lockdown. This lockdown is very easy. You just have to kill everything in sight. I would say avoid killing the normal zombie if possible. Because if you do avoid killing him, it'll just make the rest of it so much easier. Unfortunately, I somehow killed him. Yeah, Doppelgas and everything are very weak to ice in this map. Hopefully I'll have enough ammo to Keep me safe till I get to the final part of this. I should have just enough ammo. Alright, if you have just enough ammo, you should be able to make it through. And this will be the first part of the staff. So you have already one part of the staff because the monocle counts as part of the staff. Now you're going to head over and you're going to start the next part of the staff. Since it's a new round, you will be swarmed by zombies, so don't worry. Just try not to die. Alright, and this should start the next lockdown.
There's no I in team. There is in pizza.
You're just gonna shoot these bad guys, the purple ones, as fast as possible. The faster you do this, the faster it'll be over. You really want to focus on the mini bosses first during this, and then focus on everything else. But if you can avoid getting hit by the spiders, that's preferred that way, honestly. Can't believe I had that glitch happen to me. That was so weird. That put a damper on a lot of things. I'm gonna have a lot more grinding to do at the very end because of that. And you're gonna get a max ammo after this, so feel free to just go ham on your ammo. Once you've killed everything, it'll spawn the next staff piece, and you're gonna now be able to not care about the crystals that are up there. So now you're gonna build your ice staff, but I would recommend before building your ice staff getting a self-revive. If you don't have one already, if you went down at any point during this, get yourself a self-revive, because if you fail this next step and you go down, you will die if you don't have a self-revive. So again, I recommend having a self-revive at least before doing this step. Just because this step is the hardest step in the map. And there's no way to make it easy. There's little tips and things that I'm about to do that can make it a little bit easier, but it's still going to be hard no matter what. It's still not going to be the easiest Easter egg step ever. You're gonna have an issue with it. It's gonna be difficult no matter what you do. Again, I would recommend getting fully stocked up. Alright, there's only one zombie left, so I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to try to get the rest of my stuff now. Because you want to preferably stay on a low round. One more. I just need one more. There we go. Alright, so I have enough for a self-revive, so I'm going to get myself a self-revive. Then we're going to go in. Alright, so this next step is going to be a little bit of a lockdown. Before I do that, I gotta help my wife with something. You're welcome. White's gotta feed the baby. She needed my help. Alright, so this next step is gonna require you to protect this with your life. And what I mean by that is you gotta start this step and then immediately just start defending. So I'm gonna put down 2 turrets, and you're gonna stand next to this thing, and you're just gonna do as best as you can not to die. It's gonna spawn all sorts of things that come at you. You kind of just wanna relax, stay calm, move back and forth. You don't want to go down to anything. As long as you stay close to this thing, zombies are not going to get close to it, and you should be fine. You need to kill at least 10 things with purple on them in order to progress. You don't want this thing to get damaged, because if it gets damaged, you will fail. Well, reloading, for some reason, is taking 1.5 years to reload. And if you do everything correctly, you'll get the ice staff. Again, this is the hardest step in the Easter egg. I don't think any step is harder than this step. Everything else is a cakewalk. So after you get this, now you have to move on to another step where basically you're going to use the staff to shoot these crystals. But first you want to kind of get to the end of the round, because these zombies are just going to be a mess. So just shoot the crap out of them. Get to the end of the round. And then you can work on the next step. Because the next step is upgrading the wonder weapon, because unfortunately this Easter egg depends on you having an upgraded wonder weapon and not just the wonder weapon. And that's okay. Honestly, I'm okay with the whole upgrade steps. They're not too difficult. This is the hardest step out of them for the upgrading. Is getting all of these in one go. Alright. Kind of just want one zombie. Ooh, okay. So I only have 1 zombie left, and that's very good. So now I'm gonna switch to the staff. And you're gonna aim it at one of the crystals. You're gonna shoot, and you're gonna slide a couple times. You're gonna shoot again, and if you hit all 3 of them within 10 seconds, you should get Archibald's quote. And now I can switch off the audio. So this is why I had the audio up, was so that I could tell when I got his quote. Everything else is gonna be audioless. It's just going to be no dialogue. It's just going to be me playing the game. So now you need to go into the portal, and there should be some rocks floating up in the sky. Every game it's going to be a different rock. There is a picture on which rocks you can get, and I'm not going to really talk about that. You just got to look for the rocks with these glowing purple bits on them. You'll look around, and around the map they should just be floating around. You'll see one every now and then. If you just keep looking around, you will find all 3 of them. It's not hard to find them. There's a rock right there with one. And then there should be one more rock. Every game, it's going to be a different 3 rocks. Okay. That's 1, 2. And then there should be another rock somewhere. Again, like I said, every game it's going to be a different 3 rocks. Oop, there's the rock. And these rocks are going to have symbols on them. Once you get these rocks to float down, you'll be able to see the symbols. That one kind of looks like a camel, so I call that one Camel. That one kind of looks like key. So I call that one a key. And that one looks like an arrow. So I call that one arrow. So one of these portals is going to close up. You got to figure out where that portal is. This portal is by Speed Cola. So the green one is by Speed Cola, the yellow one is by Stamina, the Ruin one is by Red, and Spawn is blue. So you just got to go to wherever your portal is, and if you remember those symbols, you then have to shoot them with the ice staff. For some reason, my character is having an issue with running. So, and you have to get this right. If you mess this up, it will spit you out in the middle of the sky and you will die. How you know if you got it right is all of these symbols on the floor will be yellow. If they're not all yellow and one of them is gray, you failed and you're going to die if you go through this portal. But if you did it right, your symbol will be perfect. Now it's going to spawn you up in the sky. And you're going to activate this orb that's up here, and you're going to drop down. When you drop down, this orb is going to follow you, and you just have to stay next to this orb the whole thing and get kills. You literally don't need that much kills to get it to move. It'll stop moving every now and then, but as long as you get enough kills, it'll keep moving. You just got to follow this orb and do not lose it. If you lose it, you fail, and you have to wait for it to reset. And you have to reshoot them symbols and then re-go through the portal again. It is just repeat, repeat, repeat. It's not difficult. As long as you stay close to this thing, you're golden. Another thing is you just want to watch out because there is going to be a big amalgam that's going to spawn pretty soon. That amalgam is going to be tanky. You just want to like focus all your energy into killing this amalgam. Once you kill that amalgam, it's cake from this point on. And if you want it to be even easier, something you can do is you can place down a turret right here, and during this part it'll just protect you the whole time. Now, once you've got your upgrade finished, you just have to walk up to this hole and hold your interact button. And now you should be able... Oops. Alright, so once you have this, you can now come up to this crystal and you'll shoot it with the healing part of the staff. How you do that is you press left on your D-pad or whatever button you would press to switch your ammo dialect. Then once you've activated that, you're going to go to spawn. And now you have the wonder weapon, so this game has just gotten a lot easier for you at this point. Because there's nothing that can really kill you at this point because you have the wonder weapon. This wonder weapon is insanely strong. It is capable of doing so much damage. It just makes your play so easy from this point onwards. Alright. So you're going to start this lockdown and you're going to use a charge shot to just kill everything. You want to save the ammo in your shotgun during this bit because the next part is going to require you to use mostly only your shotgun. Because you're not really going to be using this next one. You're not going to be using your charge shot during this next one. So now you're going to pick this up, and you cannot get hit while you're doing this. If you get hit while you're doing this at all, you will have to redo the whole carrying thing. You just got to make sure you don't touch any of these zombies. You kill anything that's in front of you, and you go through the portal. Obviously, you cannot go through the one that's in spawn because it will close it up during the step. Alright. Now you're going to shoot this piece right here. It's not letting me gather it. Okay, I think we're on a bug round. During bug rounds, it will not let you pick this up. So I'd say during the bug round is the best time to go upgrade anything that you have. This will also give you a max ammo, so you will have more ammo in your wonder weapon, so you won't have to do the trick where you shoot the thing outside the map for ammo. Because, one, you can't do it, because it's a side Easter egg, and no side Easter eggs are available during this. And also, you're going to get a max ammo, so the next step should be super easy. I would say the best thing you could do is just come in here and stand next to this. Alright, so now you should be able to pick up the raw energy. And once you've picked it up, you're going to go over to stamina. And you're going to place it down. This will start the next step of the Easter egg. Also, running with this staff is insanely hard, so I would say don't do it. Alright. So once you've started this, you can then do a charge shot, place down your energy mine, and then you will get these type of bugs, which you'll have to kill, and they will drop essences for you to place in the container. Once you get enough of it, you will finish this step, but you need to get enough of it, and that's the problem. You need to just keep picking them up. As long as you keep picking them up and putting them in. You should finish this thing easily. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I might fail. I failed. Okay, that can happen. If that happens and you fail, you have to go around. That sucks, dude. I actually do hate that step. That step is very, very difficult. Alright, so you're going to start this step, and basically you're going to kill a bunch of dudes that have purple goo in them. It's going to be a bunch of flying dudes. They're going to have purple goo. You're just going to pick up the purple goo, place it in, and you're just going to keep doing that until you fill this stupid thing up. Place as many in as possible, and as long as you keep placing it in, they'll spawn more. You should get a whole bunch with that purple goo. Alright, and once you've placed enough purple goo in there, it will finish this step, and then you can move on to the next escort bit. So now you gotta escort this orb over to the Pack-a-Punch area, where you'll place it in where you got it from. Honestly, I think that bit is the most annoying bit in the entire part of this step. Like, that one is the hardest. The rest is all easy from this point on. Alright. So now we're going to move on to the next bit of the Easter egg, which is very fun. This one is very simple and very easy. There's no way you can mess this part up as long as you have the Wonder Weapon. Again, just like the spawn one, you are literally just going to place this thing in and start the step. And then you're just going to spam charge shots in the middle of the room. As long as you keep doing that, they will always die. And if you're lucky, you get a mutant injection, which you're going to be saving for the boss fight. But whatever you get is actually going to be really good for you, so you might just want to just pick up anything. Again, just keep standing in the middle of this room, keep spamming charge shots, and it'll eventually finish. And then you can pick it up and escort it over to the Pack-a-Punch area. And just like the other one, you're going to take this over and you're going to place it where it goes, which is over here. Then you're gonna go and shoot this one, and this is the final one that you need to do. Now you can use an insta-kill for this part, and I don't know, I would say it's not needed, but you can use an insta-kill for this part. If you have an insta-kill and you want to waste it on this, there's no reason not to. But you can also put down an energy mine for this part. And then you can pop your power keg. Okay, so I got my power keg going. For some reason, it didn't let me pick up the essence. Again, running with this stupid staff is so annoying. Your sprint gets canceled so hard when you use the staff. Another thing that you can do at this point is you can get some more ammo. Get a little more shield because you're going to need shield for this part. For some reason, it just didn't want to do that. Alright, so pick this up. Run to the red portal. It should take you to the ruin area. And you're just going to be fighting an amalgam. So, however you would kill an amalgam is how you would kill this amalgam. One thing you could use to like take it out easier is shock charges, which is why I have shock charges on. So as long as you kill the zombies that are connected to his health bubble, you're gonna be doing so much damage to him. Ooh! That was close. Alright, and if you do that correctly, you should kill him every time. No brainer. And then you're going to pick this up and you're going to deliver it over to the place where you got it from. And after that, your boss fight ready. I do want to say that it's best to go and make the Sentinel artifact come down so that you don't have to do that later. So now you're going to have these 4 things shooting at this rock, and it's going to open, and that's going to shoot at this right here. It's going to raise this pillar up. You're going to open this bridge, and then you're going to run it across. And once you run across and you walk up to this pillar, the boss fight should be activatable now. So now, instead of doing the boss fight right away, I would recommend getting maxed out. What I mean by maxed out is you want to switch over to your field upgrade and go to Ether Shroud. And now you should be gathering Ether Shroud as you play. I would recommend the next full round that you get, use your double points. And then I would recommend grabbing your other 2 Gobblegum that are in the Gobblegum machine, because having those is going to be so beneficial for this boss fight. Alright, also get triple armor at this point as well. Triple armor is also very good for this part too. So get triple armor, and now all you should need to do is beef your final your shotgun up. Get it to gold rarity. Pack it to level 3. And then get a mutant injection for the boss fight. And that's it. That's literally it. Oh, and also get Casimirs or monkey bombs. Casimirs are preferable, because they're just stronger. So now you're going to come over to this area, and this is why we did not close this door. And you're just going to sit over here in this corner right here and just spam kills until you've got enough to go in. Or alternatively, you can stand in this corner and you can collect all the stuff that falls, which is my ideal way of doing this part. Oh yes. Maximize the double points. So as you can see, I gained so much points throughout that round. Also, anytime you are low on ammo, it will not let you do a charge shot. So that is a warning for future notice. If you do not want to die, I would recommend clearing that up beforehand. Also, get the mutant injection first in case you get stuck. And because you're in third-person mode, everything should be easy at this point. Not yet. I'll have it once I beat the game. So now I'm just going to max out everything. And once I've maxed everything out, I will come back to you guys. So see you then. It'll be a cut in 3, 2, 1. See you there. Okay, so now that you've gotten to... now that you've gotten to this point, and you've got basically enough to max yourself out, You have 2 Casimirs. The only thing you're not maxing out is your melee, because your melee doesn't matter for this fight. Most of the other maps, I'll say, yes, boost your melee. But this one, no. You don't really have to matter about your melee in this one. So we're not going to focus on it. That took like about 45 minutes to an hour of grinding. You put your weapon to gold, and then you're going to go and pap it to level 3. And once you've got level 3 pap on your shotgun, and it's gold, and you've got cryo freeze on it, and then you have Ether Shroud with 2 charges, 3 Molotovs, you've got these Gobblegums on, and you've got 2 Casimirs, all your perks, triple armor, you're ready to go in. Oh, and you need a mutant injection just in case you get stuck and something tries to kill you. So now you're going to come in and you're going to start the boss fight. For half of this boss fight, you are literally going to stay in the middle of the ring and you're going to crouch like this. And you're just going to spam a charge shot at the middle of the ring. That's all you're going to do. Literally. You're just going to stay here and it's going to go around the room. And because you have Parting Gift on, you're not going to run out of ammo in this boss fight. It's just not possible. It's literally just not possible to run out of ammo in this boss fight. So literally for this whole section, you're just going to be standing here. You're going to stand up right before it goes into Mega Mode. You're going to do one more charge shot, and it should go into the mode where you can shoot at it right now, and you're just going to spam at the very middle of it, and it should easily just break in two after a couple shots. Then you're going to jump and grab this max ammo, and you're going to crouch again. And you're just going to go back to doing this charge shots again. You're just going to go back to doing that. All that's going to happen is you're just going to stand here, and you're just going to mope around. That's literally it. For at least the first 4 phases. There's 9 phases of this bit. Of this boss fight. There's 9 phases. So I would recommend having what I have, like maxed out with the gobblegums and everything, because the next part, the part that's hard, the part of this boss fight that actually gets sketchy, you're definitely gonna want specific things for it. So the Doppelgast is the strongest thing in this boss fight, and if you can wreck him, you're good. You're good. If you can wreck him, you're good. So that's why I recommend having the insta-kill. Well, so you're going to want to, during this bit, just shoot this a bunch. Well, I'm going to fail to... Okay, no, I'm not. Alright, so if you shoot both of those at the same time, it'll skip to the 4th phase. After this phase, you're going to get... so you're going to get a max ammo before the phase. And then after the phase, you're going to get the hardest step of the boss fight, which is taking out Sentinel-imbued zombies. The first one is going to be a normal zombie. Then the next one's going to be the hardest one, which is the Doppelgast. Then the next one after that's going to be the Mimic. And then the final one is going to be an Amalgam. As long as you use the gobblegums that I provided in this playthrough, you should not fail. Do not use your free fire, though, until you're at the end. If you use the free fire before the end of the game, before the final phase, you're going to fail the final phase. I mean, it's not guaranteed that you're going to fail, but you could fail. And I think it's better just not to take the chance. So the best thing is to pick one of these things and just shoot. And then once you've destroyed it, you can then switch over. You're going to get this. And then now, this is going to go into a part of the map. You're going to aim a charge shot right there, and it should kill the zombie immediately. And because you're on directed mode, this is a lot easier than if you were on any other mode. So you're going to kill that zombie immediately. And you're going to come over to this understation right here. And now you're just going to spam charge shots. Holy, he came out of nowhere. I'm going to go invis for a second just so I can reload my wonder weapon. Because now I need this. So I'm going to pop insta-kill here. This should instantly kill him. And then you can instantly start shooting this, doing DPS phase. Now it's going to go on to the Mimic one. The Mimic one is a little hard. But as long as you don't get caught by the Mimic, you'll be fine. If you feel like you're going to fail at any time, you should literally pop Idolize and just chill. Because Idolize is going to be your friend during this bit. As long as you keep spamming, you'll get through this easily. The final phase, again, is the hardest phase. I mean, other than the Mimic step. Not the Mimic, the Doppelgast. The Doppelgast is very, very difficult. One thing I could say you should do during the final phase is use Idolize. As long as you don't let this guy suck you in, you'll be fine. This is going to be a lot harder on standard, so I would say don't do what I'm doing on standard. Just keep running. On standard, you should just run as much as possible. Alright. Now you're just going to spam this, and now you're on to the final phase of the fight. For this final phase, you're going to get a max ammo. And like I said, it's best to just use your Idolize here. And now nothing should see you. And this will start moving back, and you're gonna, the moment it gets back here, just start DPSing it. As much as possible, as much damage as you could possibly do. And if you do enough damage, you'll beat it. And that'll be it. And that's the boss fight. Like I said, it's easy if you have Idolize and you have Free Fire. So easy. And this will be how you start the final cutscene. I'm just going to throw some Casimirs just for lulz. And then we're going to go into the final cutscene. And before we start the actual cutscene, I'm going to turn the dialogue back on for you guys so you guys can hear the audio for the cutscene. All right. And that's it, everybody. That's the Easter egg. I'm going to open my wife's soda for her. There you go, my love. And this is the final cutscene for directed mode that I can do right now. I won't be able to do another baby mode until directed mode is released on Shattered Veil. It is not released yet, so unfortunately I can't do it just yet. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll get into the subscribe stuff after the cutscene. I'll let you watch this.
I have deciphered steps to activate and control it. The artifact requires an infusion of exotic materials. Unique elements that can only be harvested here at Liberty Falls. I have already ensured everything we need is ready for your arrival. You will see your lost agent Maxis again soon. I'll be waiting.
All right, so that should be it, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, go subscribe, hit that button, hit the like button, hit the comment button, all that stuff. This was a fun run. It only took an hour and 30, which unlike the others, took like 2 hours for me to grind out and get like max everything. Again, if you're doing this in baby mode, you definitely want to max everything out and use all the stuff that you got, because you don't want to fail at all. And like I said, it's not a hard Easter egg, but you can make it so easy if you've never done it before. So for anybody who wants to complete their first Easter egg, definitely do these methods. They're very easy. There's no way you can fail. As long as you don't have a glitch happen like what happened with me earlier in the game, you'll be fine. So I'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and God bless you all. Take care, stay safe, and spend some time with your family, and be happy. And just relax, because if you stay calm, life will be so much more fun. That's why I do these videos, so you guys can relax and watch me kill some zombies, do things easy. And now I should be moving on with the Shattered Veil Easter egg in the next baby mode Easter egg. But until then, which is gonna be quite a while because it hasn't come out yet, until then, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.